Meme coins are down again. And why is this? Well, before I tell you why, and before we look at the charts, let me just say that you should subscribe. Why you should subscribe is because every day I tell you what's going on. Every day I wake up, I'm in the trenches, and I let you know what's going on. Now, meme coins are down because of one coin, and that coin is not doing as bad as people think. Let's look at the charts and I'll show you what I mean. The reason meme coins are down is because of this coin. The coin being Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down to $92,000. You can see here that it's just kept taking a dive over the past couple of days. Now, on December 24th, or the day before Christmas, it actually had a nice pump where it went from 94,000 to up to 98,000, and then it had that Christmas pump where it went to $99,000, and then it took a dump, and now it's at $92,000. This is a good slash bad sign. It was good that it took the pump because it shows that the bulls are still here in the market and they are willing to fight back. But then it was bad, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing. It was just one of the things we need to consider was that because it pushed up and then went down, that means that that made a lower high. We now have a lower low and a lower high, which means we are currently in a bear move because we are headed downwards. Now, the reason people are freaking out about Bitcoin is for one simple reason. Let's grab the Fibonacci retracement tool and go from swing low to swing high, and you can see that we are in the golden ratio right now. So why are people freaking out? We are in the best zone you want to be in. The golden ratio is a strong zone, strong support, strong resistance. When you're at 0.5 trying to break the golden ratio, it is strong resistance. It is hard to break through. But once you break through, it shows to be strong support. And looking at this, while at the golden ratio, we are actually in a green candle, showing that we did find some support right here. Whether or not the support holds, only time will tell. But the reason why people are freaking out right now about Bitcoin, saying it's going to zero, saying that we are officially entering the bear market and that this was the top, was because they were late to the game. Many people bought here at $99,000, $98,000. So then once it went up to $106,000, they saw some nice profit. And then once it started dropping below their cost, what they bought in, once it went to $97,000, then they started freaking out because they thought that the market is over. No, the market is not over. They are just late to the game. They were not buying when it was pumping over here, when it was at 80,000, when people were saying it's going to 100,000. They were not buying when we had this first couple big pushes right here and eventually stopped at 88,000. They were not buying until they made it all the way up to $99,000. And when they saw a slight pullback to 91,000, they thought it was over. They thought that that was the pullback and that was all there was going to be. But you can see we are actually hovering in the nice top half of the Fibonacci retracement tool. We are in the top two zones, which is very much ideal. Not just that, but remember the Christmas Eve / Christmas push that I talked about, that bearish push? Well, that pushed us and made sure that we closed in the 0.236 zone, or the highest zone. Guys, we went from the golden ratio to the highest zone in 2 days. What do you not understand? Whether or not Bitcoin is going down or going to go up, only time will tell. What I am going to say though is that now is not the time to be freaking out. Me personally, I am buying more Bitcoin. Why? Because it's at $92,000. If you bought in at 98,000 and now you buy in at 92,000, that dollar cost average will be significant. You can significantly reduce the price you originally bought it at. And if you are a firm believer like I am, I firmly believe that Bitcoin overall is going to go up. So when I see $92,000, when I see a price that isn't triple digits, it makes me super happy because that means I get to buy it at a super discounted price. Maybe not in a year, maybe not in 2 years, but overall, Bitcoin will break this $106,000. Eventually, we're going to be looking back and saying, hey, remember when Bitcoin was at $100,000? Remember when we were so stupid and we thought, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero once it had a slight pullback? That's what we are seeing. What I mean by this is, let's go to the last bull market. Here we are, right here. At that last bull market, people were saying, oh, it's the top. And yes, they may have been right that the top was at $68,000. Okay? If you bought the top and you had no faith, and when it went down, you sold, then that's okay. You learned your lesson once it went from 68 to $106,000. It almost pushed up $40,000. Guys, we thought going from 100,000 to 6,000 was crazy. Try going from 68,000 to $106,000. Yes, it took time. Yes, there were pullbacks. Yes, there were false pushes up here that we thought was going to be the top. Yes, many people were saying that, oh, you should sell, oh, you should sell, oh, you should sell. But if you have faith, if you firmly believe in Bitcoin, which is the number one coin, the highest market cap coin as of right now, and it probably will stay that way for a significant amount of time, then you will see gains. So I personally wish I bought the top at $68,000 for 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's almost about to be 4 years ago. But I wish that I had bought the top back then. Then I would be seeing significant profits. Can you imagine buying the bottom down here when it was bare, when nothing was happening, and people were saying, oh, Bitcoin is dead at $15,000? Well, now you're at 100. You reached $106,000. Even with the pullback, you're at $92,000. Guys, what I am trying to say is that there are going to be times when it's hard to believe in Bitcoin. There are going to be times when it just doesn't look like Bitcoin is the right move. When you see that meme coin moving 1,000% and you're tempted to sell all your Bitcoin to buy that meme coin. All I'm saying is that Bitcoin cannot get rug pulled. Bitcoin is not a coin that's going to disappear tomorrow. It's not a coin you're going to wake up and see that you lost all your money. Over the long run, Bitcoin will do good. Now, I'm not discouraging from other coins. I'm not discouraging from meme coins. I buy other coins like Solana, Ethereum. I buy meme coins like Doge, Pepe, Dogwif, Hat. I buy a variety of coins. But what I will say is that the only coin I am for sure going to hold for long quantities of time is Bitcoin. The only coin I am stockpiling, regardless of price, is Bitcoin. When it comes to Bitcoin, I'm worried about the quantity of Bitcoin I have, not the price. Why? Because I know the price can go up, but my quantity is not guaranteed to go up. So that being said, what we've seen in today's video is that meme coins are down, but with meme coins being down, that is because Bitcoin is down. Now, although Bitcoin is down and people are freaking out and losing hope about Bitcoin because they bought the very top or they bought close to the top, Bitcoin is not done for. It's at $92,000, which is a significant benchmark for Bitcoin. And looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool, getting into some TA for this, Bitcoin is at the top two levels. It broke the golden ratio in 2 days. It had one candle that pushed it out of the golden ratio, and then a second candle that closed above the golden ratio. Yes, it fell below, but it's holding support at the golden ratio. We can see a green close where that the bulls like to hold support at the golden ratio. So whether it goes up or down, Bitcoin is not a coin that's going to go to zero. So you should not be freaking out and selling all your Bitcoin at this moment only because you saw 50 cents out of your bank account. No, just because your account is down 50 cents or even $150 does not mean that you should have to be selling. Of course, none of this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Know that cryptos is very, very risky trading. And yes, I do talk about how cryptos, I'm going to see face melting gains. I fully believe in it. But at the same time, if it comes to putting gas in my car or putting food on the table or buying Bitcoin, I get my essentials first. This is all play money to me. This is all spare change. Money I've already allocated. So although I do seem very passionate about these coins, and yes, I am very passionate about these coins, do your own research and be careful when trading. That being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios.